Excuse the mega sweaty hair, but I've just done a PB of Doi Suthep, so I am so chuffed, so happy. I did sub 49 by a second, so I got like 48.59, which I am so happy about. Just mega happy with it. Last year I think I did it in like 55.40 maybe, but so I just thought I would chat and give you a couple of pointers if you're looking to do a PB. Let me just start off by saying I know there are people that are like twice as fast as me up here, but for me I feel like my journey has been like taking an hour and a half literally to get up here, to knocking it down to 48.59, whoop whoop. But I do eventually want to get like 45, like under, so it's a work in progress. So I thought I'd give you a couple of tips that I found that have helped me. So if you are wanting to get a PB, then these are a couple of different tips that I would suggest. So the first one is getting the segment that you want starred on Strava and on your Garmin or Wahoo or whatever you've got. So there's loads of ants, look at this. There's like loads of ants just there, like around the phone. I'm trying not to, oh God, there's one on the screen now. I'm trying not to squish them. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, star the segment, because that means that you are going to know then where the start and the end of the segment are, because I didn't know until this year where the official start of the segment was, and that meant that I was putting in way more effort than I needed to before the segment even started. So you need to know where the start and end is. So you need to know where the start and end is so that you can put down the power where it's needed. So there's no point wasting effort before and after the segment because you wanting to get a PB. So don't do that. Start the segment. That'll link on your Garmin or Wahoo, and that'll tell you when the start and the finish is. So that's the first tip. The second one I would say is power meter. Power is just amazing to know what you're pushing, and obviously, but do you know what I mean? It's like it's just such a useful tool. Yes, it's expensive, but I just love having power. Because it's not only good for short efforts, it's good for like long endurance efforts. But I know we're talking about PBs today, so I'll keep it strictly on PBs. So yeah, so you want to try and get a power meter so that you can gauge how fast, how hard to push. If you've not got a power meter, you can always look at your speed. So work out what speed you need to do your specified like time that you want to do it in, and then just look at the speed on your computer as you are riding. So that's another tip. Third tip would be to make your bike as light as possible. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on behind me. Make your bike as light as possible. So that means not taking like 2 litres of water. You're not going to need 2 litres of water on like an hour or a 50-minute climb, or you're just not. I was a little bit naughty because I actually didn't bring a pump or a saddlebag, which I always do on every single ride. But that's because Jay is probably like, he set off about 40 minutes after me, I think. So I know that if anything, I got a flat on the way up, that he'd be not far behind me if I needed any help. So try and do that. Try and get help off one of your friends. Another thing you can do, which is optional, I'm not a big fan of it, is getting someone to pace you up. So if you've not got a power meter but they have, get someone to pace you. Or even if you have got a power meter, pacing can always help. For me, I like looking at my own numbers. I like knowing, just for me, I don't like specifically chasing somebody, so that's personal preference. What else? Don't drink and eat loads before, even though you think, oh, you know, you're going to need all this energy. Eat well the day before, because if you eat a lot on the morning of your PB, all the blood in your body is going to be then like go into your stomach to digest that food, rather than going around and like being able to give you extra power. So just have like a little sip of water, have like a little bit of fruit juice. That's what I did this morning, and it worked a treat. What else? I think that's pretty much it. So let me know what PBs you are up for getting, and let me know when you get them. And it's not all about PBs. PBs mean absolutely nothing unless you're a professional. PBs on rides mean nothing, but and this is the thing, it's a great way to see how you are progressing. So for me, it makes me so proud to know that I started off doing like an hour and a half up here and getting down to like 48.59. I've just loved that number now, 48.59. It shows like the effort that I've put in, and for me it's just like a bit of like a pat on the back of being like, well done, you did alright, you're doing alright. So yeah, I think PBs are great for like personal achievement, personal satisfaction, so yeah, I'm very chuffed with that. So yeah, I will see you next video. I hope those tips helped, and if you've got any more tips that I've not mentioned, then post them below, help people that are watching, because it's all about helping us all get better. So yeah, that sounds really cheesy, but it's true. I want everyone to get better and everyone to become a better cyclist and just all round better person. Anyway, I'm really going to stop waffling now. I definitely need to go and get some food because I'm getting delirious, so yeah. Alright, I will see you next video. Thank you for watching! Also as well, if you do have a power meter and a Garmin, and this is a really useful screen to have. So basically I've got set up on here, I've got the current lap time, so once you start the segment, press the lap button. I've got the average watts that I'm doing, the lap watt, so if you know you want to do 250 watts for a particular segment, that is the average lap power. And then also how many Ks you've done, so you know how far into the segment you are. So that's just a little extra if you do have a power meter and a Garmin.